Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's summer session on Google Sites. I'm really looking forward to doing this with you. I hope you're excited. We are going to be making a Google Sites biography about one of our favorite authors. Now, you can pick whichever author you want. I've already picked my own, and I am so excited to show you how to do this. Let's get into it. Fantastic. Let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to log into our Google accounts. If you're already logged in, then perfect. If not, pause the video now, log in, and then let's continue. So when we are logged in, what we want to do is we want to find our way to Google Sites. So on our page, we can see at the very top right, we have this little icon that's 9 dots in a square. And we're going to click on that, and that is going to open all of our Google apps. And what we're going to do is we're going to look for the one that says Sites. And when we've clicked on Sites, this is what's going to come up. We have all these templates, but we're not going to use a template. We are going to create a blank canvas to put our own personalization onto it. So when you open that, you can see that we have an editable title, we have an editable background, we can change the site's name, we can add a logo, and we have this beautiful white space to do whatever we want. Now, have you chosen your author yet? Because I've chosen mine. I'm going to pick my best friend's favorite author, Terry Pratchett. You can choose whoever you want. You pick your favorite book and choose the author. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of research on that author to make sure that we have enough to write a biography about them. But how will we do that? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Google and we're going to type in our, there we go, Terry Pratchett, our author. And as you can see, one of the things that comes up for absolutely everybody when you look them up is Wikipedia. However, Wikipedia can be changed by anyone, anywhere in the world at any time. So it's not 100% reliable. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for something else. And as you can see here, I've found Sir Terry Pratchett home. So this is a website all about him. And if we scroll down, we have About Sir Terry. Brilliant. I have all the information I need right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our site and we are going to change our title to All About Terry Pratchett. And I'm going to change this title here to be Terry Pratchett. And what we want to do now is we want to change that background image, but we want to make sure that we are using images that don't have copyright on them. But how do we know if they have copyright on them? Well, that's really easy because Google Sites does that for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on Change Image and we're going to click on Select Image. Now, as you can see at the top, we have gallery pictures. We can put ones in via URL. We can search. We can use our own albums on our own computer, or we can use Google Drive. Now, there's only one of these, or two of these, which will give you copyright-free images. Now, that's gallery, and that's search. So anything we search in here will give us pictures that we can use. So I'm going to type in Terry Pratchett. We're going to see what pictures come up. These are very cool pictures. Now, as we can see, our picture needs to be landscape, so we need to pick a landscape photo. And landscape is long ways. So I'm going to pick this picture here. I'm going to select it, and you can see now that it's uploaded. But wait, it's changed color. Why is it changed color? Because there is an accessibility built into this. So if at the bottom here, you can see these little stars, you might not be able to see it, but this is about readability adjustments. So if I click on it, it changes the color back, but you can't really see the title, which is absolutely awful. So what we do is we click on the adjust and it changes it so we can see the picture and the title. However, we don't have to have a title here. So I think that I'm not going to have a title here. I'm going to delete that and I'm going to put the color back on because I think that looks really cool. But I still want a title. How would I do that? Well, it's really easy. If I go over here and click on text box, I can then add any text I want. And if I go to normal text and put the drop down, I can then write title, and I could write Sir Terry Pratchett. Beautiful. But maybe I don't want it at that side. Maybe I want it centered. So I'm gonna click on a line, and when I do that, I can center it to make it more in the middle so it looks a lot better. But maybe I don't want it in that font. So I'm going to click on here and I'm going to find Bookman Old Style because I quite like that font. Now you can pick whatever font you want. You can also put it in bold, you can make it italicized, and you can underline it. But I think I'm just going to have it like this. Can you change the color? Yes, you absolutely can. If you click on this A with an underline, you can then change the color. So maybe I want it to be in black. There we go. There is the start of my amazing website. So what do we need for a biography? We're going to need some images. We're going to need some text. We might already have our own documents that we want to embed. So I'm going to show you how to do all of that. So the first thing we're going to look at is these content blocks. Now these content blocks have already made layouts which could help you. So I'm going to click on this one, and as you can see, it's given me the option to put 2 pictures in. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to put select image. And I'm going to Google image search, and I'm going to look for Terry Pratchett books. And as you can see, there's lots of copyright-free pictures of his books. So I'm going to pick, what one do I think looks good? I quite like this first picture. So I'm going to insert that, and that picture is going to come here. And I'm going to write underneath, Terry has written, wait, do we know how many books he's written? Well, let's find out. So let's go into About Terry Pratchett and let's see if we can find any amazing things about his books. So we're going to look down the timeline. Doesn't say, at the top here we've got books. So I'm going to click on that. And over 50 best-selling books. So brilliant. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to write 50 plus best-selling books. And then I'm going to click on this image here and I'm going to put select image. And then I'm going to find a nice picture of Terry. Let's see. Let's have one of him in the very cool hat that he owned. Insert. And as you can see, it's cut off some of his face. We don't want that. So how do we change that? Well, we double click and then we pull it down to which parts we want to be seen. So I quite like that amount of him. So I'm going to click the tick, and as you can see, that's transformed. So underneath, I'm going to write, what should I write? Oh, should we put little facts about him? That might be a great idea. So I'm going to click back on the page, and I'm going to put about Sir Terry. And let's see, he was born in 1948. Excellent. So we're going to write that here. Born in 1948. And then we will see that his first published story when he was 13. Wow, that's amazing. So he started publishing books when he was 13. He started publishing books when he was only 13 years old. That's absolutely amazing. So we don't just want these 2 things here. We want some more information. So what we're going to do is we're going to look over here and we're going to see what else we can put. Now we have this embed here, which means that we can embed videos. we have this icon for Drive, which means that we can also embed anything we have in our Drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to show you how to put some of your documents onto your website. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to use this white space here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the right side here and I'm going to click on Drive. And that's going to bring me to my Drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for all my documents on Terry Pratchett. And you can see that I've made a folder here. So I'm going to click on my document and then I'm going to click Insert at the very bottom, and that's going to bring my document in here. And you can see that it's quite big. We can change that. We can make it whatever size you want it to be. I'm going to make mine sit here. And when we go into preview, I'll show you how it's going to look. People could click on this and they can see all the information in it. So there we go. It's a list of Terry's books. But I've also made a really cool slides deck. So how am I going to put that in? The exact same way. So I'm going to click on Drive. I'm then going to look for my Terry Pratchett collection. And I'm going to click on my slides deck. Now you can double click or you can click and then press Insert. And that comes up here. And all you need to do to move it into the right place is to click on it and drag it. So I'm going to drag it to underneath here. And you can see now that my slides deck is on here. And when people preview this, they'll be able to go through each of the slides. But I don't like the way that this is laid out. So I'm going to move this and make this the same size as the video to make it look really cool. Now, we can see that our background is all white. Can we change the background? We actually can. So at the back here, you can see we have three things. We can either delete the section, duplicate the section, or change the section colors. Now we have a few different styles. So style 1 is white. Oh. Style 2, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little bit darker. Style 3 is blue. And style 4, you can add in your own image, but I'm going to stay with 1 because I think the white actually looks pretty good. So now you can see we have lots of different things here. But can we also upload a video? We absolutely can. So what we're going to do is we're going to come off of this and we're going to go onto YouTube and find the video that we want. So we're going to create a new tab and we are going to type in YouTube. Now, I am now going to type in Terry Pratchett. And as you can see, some really cool videos have come up. So we've got Terry Pratchett talking about lots of different things. We also have some of his audiobooks, some interviews. So I think what we're going to go is the first one, we're going to have him talking. So I can literally just right click, go down and put copy link address, and then we'll go back to our website. Now I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on the white space and I'm going to click embed. So what we can do is we can either do it by URL or embed code. So since I have the URL, I'm going to post that here. I'm going to paste that and then insert. And you can see that it comes up straight away. But how would we do it the other way? So we'd go back to our YouTube. We would click, and at the very bottom, it should have a share. So this share button then comes up with all the different ways that you can share it. And one of these is an embed code. So what you need to then do is press copy at the bottom, go back to your website, click embed, embed code, paste that in there, and then you would insert it. So there's two different ways that you can insert a video. So since we already have one, we don't need the other one. So we will delete this by clicking on the trash can, remove. So maybe we want to have a little bit more information on our awesome site. So we're going to look at other things that we can put in. And as you can see at the bottom, we have charts, forms, sheets, slides, documents, maps, calendars, YouTube. We have image carousels. We have table of contexts. But what we're going to do is we're going to click text box. And we are going to, I'm going to move this a little. We're going to move our text box. by clicking on this little area here, and you can see the mouse has changed to a little cross. We'll click on that, and I'm going to move this up in between. And I'm going to write something amazing. So I'm going to look at our site that we're using for research, and I am going to look for a very fun fact about Terry Pratchett. So, Terry Pratchett's first Discworld novel, The Colour of Magic, was published, and that was in 1983. So we're going to go back to our website and we're going to write The Colour of Magic book was published in, what was it, 1983? Yes, 1983. In 1983. We don't just want little information like this. We want as much information as we want. We can have as much or as little as you want. This is your design. You can change it. You can add whatever you want. I'm going to make this a much bigger text. I'm going to put it in bold. Or actually, I might just put the title in bold. See how that looks? Oh, that looks amazing. Take out that extra space. And there we go. So now you know how to add text. You know how to add text. You know how to add videos. You know how to add slides and documents and pictures. And we know how to do that copyright free. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go up to the top and we're going to look at these things. So up here we have a preview button. So we're going to click on this, and this is what it's going to look like when people go onto it on the computer. And if they click on things, they can then open them up and look at them, which is very, very cool. They can also go through your slide deck. They can also press play on your video and watch it. And down at the bottom here, you can also see what it looks like on a tablet or on a mobile phone. So you can make sure that it's going to look good on all of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out of preview and we're going to click at the top here, and this is share with others. Now this doesn't mean that you're letting other people see it. This means that you're letting other people collaboratively work on your site with you. If you share with someone, this means that you are letting them edit whatever you've done. You can also add lots of different pages. So if you click on pages here, you can see that this is the home page. However, you can add another page, and I'm going to call this page Gallery. And I'm going to click done, and that's going to open up a new page. And you can see that the header stays the same, and now we have the title of Gallery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the adjust for readability, and I'm going to change this to make it stand out a little more. So I'm going to change the color, make it more black. So now we have this area to fill up with pictures. Now there's lots of different ways we can do this. I'm going to go to insert. Now first we can choose one from our Google Drive. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you two ways to do it. We can either click image carousel and we can add all our images, and this will then move them like a carousel, so it's showing you one at a time. We can also go up to the top and click images. And down here, we can use our content blocks to do the same. So I'm going to click on content blocks. And as you can see, it's giving us room for 4 images and titles. So I'm going to click on add, and I'm going to select an image. So like we did before, I'm going to go into Google Images, and I'm going to click on Terry Pratchett, and I'm going to pick, I wonder if you can pick more than one. No, we can only pick one. So I'm going to pick this one, and I'm going to insert. And then I'm going to do the same for this one. Google Images, Terry Pratchett. And we'll click on, what do we think? This one. And we can do the same as many times as you want. There's no limit to how many content blocks you can put in. But you can also click on images and click select. And on this way, you can actually click on a lot more. So say I want this one, I would like this one, I would like this one, I would like this one, and I think this one and this one. So I'm going to insert all of these, and they're going to come up like this. So now you have your gallery. You can still add texts, you can add videos, you can add whatever you want to make this your own. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to publish this. So we're going to go onto our home page, and we're going to go up to the top and we're going to click publish. Now, it's going to ask you to publish your site and to write a name. This is going to be your URL. So I'm going to keep it called All About Terry Pratchett. And then you can put who can view my site. So I'm going to manage that. And I'm going to put publish site, public, anyone with this link, done, and I can publish it like that. And the way to get your URL is to go up to the top, copy publish site link, and then you can paste that in an email to anyone you know, and they can look at this and they can go on and see your amazing website. So now what I want you to do is to go forth and make a really, really cool website of your own. Wasn't that super easy and super cool? So what we're going to do now is you are going to pick your own favorite author, and you're going to make an amazing Google site filled with pictures and videos and text, and you are going to make the prettiest thing you can make and send it to everyone you know so they can see just how creative and imaginative you are. I hope you enjoyed this summer session, and I cannot wait to see you again on our next one. If you would like to share your websites with all of us, we would absolutely love to see that. So if your teacher allows it, you can tag us on Twitter, you can hashtag digitize summer sessions, and you can post your website links there, and we can have a look at that, and we might even give you a comment and tell you absolutely how amazing you have done. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you enjoy creating websites. I'll see you soon.